Hi everyone, I wanted to go over our Zoom rules and expectations. We'll be following the PRIDE model that we use in school. Reminder that the P stands for positive, R stands for respectful, I stands for independent, D stands for dependable, and E stands for being engaged. So what does this look like on a Zoom meeting? Being positive on a Zoom meeting means encouraging others and trying your best. So when others are sharing stories or trying to work on something, giving them a thumbs up, asking them questions, telling them great job, those are all ways to encourage others. To try your best just means you keep a positive attitude. Sometimes things are going to be a little bit tricky. Take a breath, it'll be okay. Keep trying your best, ask questions, we'll get through it. The second letter is R for be respectful. So that means use appropriate and kind language. Be an active listener, which means when somebody else is talking, you're thinking about what they're saying. You need to mute your mic unless you're called on. This will make it so that we don't hear all the background noise going on. TVs, dogs, things like that start adding up when we get a bunch of kids in the room, and it makes it hard to hear the speaker. You need to be sure to finish all food and snacks before or after the meetings. Our meetings are not that long. Please don't bring food to them. With other people see you eating, they might lose their focus because now they're thinking about that lovely slice of pizza that you have. So just to avoid that, try to avoid food or snacks during the meeting. You need to raise your hand to talk. You can either use a reaction on Zoom to do that, or you can actually just raise your hand on your screen. And then help others. If somebody is having trouble and I can't help them, maybe you have a solution for them. On to being independent. So this means doing things on your own. So if you're independent, you're on time. You have every material that you need so you don't have to leave the lesson. You make sure that your Chromebook is charged or is plugged in so that you don't have to stop. I don't have to stop the lesson for you to get a charger. Obviously things happen, but try your best. Work in a distraction-free area. So that means if you're in the middle of the living room and there's a TV going on and your younger sister's playing with their toys in the corner, that's probably not the best area. You want to try to make it as quiet and free of all the things that could grab your attention, like a TV or a video game, that you can. And then finally, you need to stay in one place and keep Chromebook on a steady surface. So wandering around during our meetings, unless you're trying to show us something for morning meeting, is very distracting. It could cause other people to focus on what you're doing on your screen rather than the lesson that's being taught or the person that's trying to share. And then keeping your Chromebook on a steady surface just avoids like having a wonky video like where it's moving up and down like this. Which can also be distracting for people. On to being dependable. This means like I can count on you. So again, being on time is being dependable. You have all your materials needed. Many of this are the same as being independent. You make sure your Chromebook's charged. You're working in a distraction-free, quiet area. And then you are keeping pets and younger siblings off the video as much as possible. Many times we'll be doing show and tell where you can show a pet or introduce a younger sibling, but during lessons we need to make sure that pets and younger siblings are off the video. I know that things are going to happen. Cats have a mind of their own, believe me, I know, but just try your best. And then I have to add to this, I don't know why it's on here, not on here, but another way to be dependable would be to be completing all of the assignments. So if we're doing a live lesson for reading or a live lesson for math, you're dependable by working on the assignments and completing them. Finally, being engaged. That means you're participating in class discussions, you're raising your hand. Even if you don't feel comfortable raising your hand, I can tell that you're engaged because you're looking at the screen, maybe you're nodding, maybe you're giving me a thumbs up or a thumbs down like I don't know what's going on, or maybe you're using those reactions appropriately. Make sure you raise your hand before you talk. We kind of mentioned this before. You can use the reactions or you can actually just raise your hand on the screen. Making sure that you stay focused on the topic. So if we're talking about zoos, we don't want to have comments about Cedar Point unless they're related somehow. So we want to make sure that we're staying focused on the topic at hand. And asking questions is another way to be engaged. I love questions. Questions tell me that you're trying to learn, that you're listening, that you're focused. So ask questions. Ask them questions. So those are our Zoom rules and expectations. I will have them linked into our Google Classroom. And I look forward to seeing you all on Zoom tomorrow for our morning and afternoon meetings.